Hey guys, so here I'm just going to show you how to debug um, any type of JavaScript related code really. Here's some more TypeScript, but the logic here converts the same way. So we're going to be using keywords like uh, debugger and whatnot, which will kind of trigger the browser to stop. Kind of like what we saw in the Java tutorial where a breakpoint stops the JVM. Here we're going to stop the browser. You can kind of think of the browser as the JVM, really, as the Java virtual machine. The browser is the machine that's going to be running all of your JavaScript code. So here I have my Angular project. It's compiled successfully, awesome. So this is what it looks like when it's all done. Here's my Forms portal page. Now, if I really want to, I can go inside of my code and I can say, well, I really want to know what this domain is, and I don't feel like printing it out. It's an old way of doing things. So I'm going to type the word debugger and save, right? And then you're going to see that my Forms portal page auto reloads, and that's the functionality behind Node. Now, let's wait. Nothing. Well, why didn't it catch? Right? This is the Forms. This is the Forms portal code, and this is the Forms portal page. Why did you catch? Well, the answer is really simple. You need to put your browser in debug mode. So you just click inspect, and if ever Chrome updates, which it updates all the time, you just close this because who cares? Now, there's two ways that you can do this. You can either trigger a build, which should just be make a space or something like that, and then save that, or you can refresh the page. I'm lazy. I'm just gonna put a space. I don't feel like clicking the refresh button. There you go, and it should auto refresh itself. There it is. And if all is good, it should automatically go into the debug mode, which the browser will essentially just force you into that section. So, boom, there we go. Paused and debugger. There's my code, right? Debugger. Now, there's a bunch of stuff that you can do here, okay? You can step over stuff, step into stuff, step out of stuff. You can disable the breakpoints. If I click this, it won't do anything, but if I click next and I had any other breakpoints, it would just skip them. I can also pause on exceptions. There's a lot of JavaScript code that just throws exceptions, and nothing actually handles it. What you can do is you can actually listen for exceptions that are being thrown, click on this, and then you can pause on it, and it'll essentially convert any single thrown exception as a breakpoint. Be forewarned, there's a lot of Angular code and there's a lot of other libraries in here that do that, so you might get caught everywhere. I'm gonna unclick that. This. Now, if I hover over variables, you'll see, so this is my object, and if I go into domain, there you go, this is my domain, right? There's the code, its ID is 1, domain ID, right? And my langs array, which is the variables themselves, and there you go. Right, you can actually go into stuff. You can also, your console at this point is a playground for you to do whatever you want. I can do langs, and then I can say, I think code is, or here we go. I can print this out. I can do this and there, right? I can even change stuff. I can even say from now on, I think this would actually work. I would say Patrick's University, right? Boom. Click play. Instead of saying University of Ottawa, I just made it say Patrick's University. Right? There's a lot of powerful stuff that you can do in here. Now, it's for debugging purposes. You can also see your source code because when you compile the app in develop mode, it doesn't actually minify, uglify any of the JavaScript that's converted from TypeScript. It preserves it. You can also see any network calls, right? Application used to store anything. So if I sign in, I create myself here. I think I already exist, so this might not work. Oh, there you go. I just created myself. That's my domain. My current user. Here's my session ID. Whatnot. Anyway, so that's how to debug inside of TypeScript. Now, note one thing: if you were to commit this, the build would fail. Our repos are built to look for the word debugger. If it sees the word debugger or whatnot, it actually fails a build. That is not something that it should be made to production. So get rid of it, and just make sure any debug statements are removed, or else your builds won't pass Travis. All right, thanks so much. And that's debugging any type of TypeScript code. Cheers.